Welcome back, everybody. Hot Mic rolls on a busy Monday. Good to be back. Lots to get to. You know, we normally do best of the weekend here. We'll do that coming up in about an hour. Maybe the best of the week from last week, if you missed it, is our next guest, who I've had the pleasure of knowing for the better part of 7 years now. Maybe 8, actually, because I found last night, just getting ready for today's interview, a tweet from one Rocky Kreuser that had about 3 lines in it saying, thanks for everybody. I'm going to announce my commitment to play basketball at NDSU as we welcome on the former Bison standout, all-time leader in games played. Do you remember that? I found that online. It was like literally 2 lines about your commitment to go play at NDSU.
I don't know what I was doing back then, man. I'm glad you found it. Glad you bring that memory back up. It's a long time ago.
Right? That was the summer of 2016. That was before your senior year at Totino.
Yeah, man. Keep getting like pictures and memories of my freshman year summer at NDSU, and it keeps saying 7 years. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
And it's ridiculous to think you're about to play your 3rd year of professional basketball. Signed a deal to play for a team in Greece. Congratulations. Tell us about how this came about to go play in Greece this coming year.
Well, it was a really quick turnaround. I think it was like the 1st of July. Get a call from my agent saying like, "Hey, want to set up a call with a coach from Greece." Don't know much about Greece, so I was pretty excited, to go and talk to him, and had a call with their president, GM, and coach. And then from there, 3 minutes after I hung up the phone with them, my agent calls me again and says, "We just got a written contract." So, okay, cool. That's awesome. So then, we talked with my family, talked with my agent, decided that was the best play. And then I actually signed the contract on the 4th of July.
Wow.
So that was great.
That's fantastic. I got to imagine the emotion after the phone call. They want you. They were seeking you out. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot, put a lot of time and effort into basketball itself. And when a coach and a GM and a president are showing their interest in you, it does mean a lot, for sure.
I'm trying to. It's PAOK. I don't know if I messed the pronunciation of this.
Yep.
PAOK. PAOK.
Yep.
Okay, that's who you're going to be playing for. The team in Greece. I think many basketball fans know, obviously, who's from Greece and the kind of level of talent that Greece basketball is. How much research have you done? What do you know about the competition level you're going to be facing?
Yeah, so there's 2 EuroLeague teams in Greece. And if people don't know what the EuroLeague is, it's about the closest thing to the NBA as it gets. So there's 2 teams in Greece from EuroLeague, and we play them twice each. So we'll play them 4 times a year. So it's going to be probably the best teams I've played since, probably ever. So the competition is going to be great. The fans, I've seen videos of some of the games, are going to be great. So I'm going to sign for PAOK.
Okay.
And they are in the city Thessaloniki.
Okay.
And there's another team in Thessaloniki called Aris. So they're big rivals. And I've seen videos of these games. Man, they're exploding. They're waving flags. They're throwing, confetti up in the air. It's crazy. Just people all in the same wavelength, people loving basketball. It looks exciting.
That's fantastic. By the way, your Greek is already really good. Have you been studying up? You got that down already?
Hey, I can sound it out when it's written in English, but when they start doing the Greek alphabet, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Now, we haven't talked a little bit, I think, prior to you going to Germany to play in your first year. So it was Germany 2 years ago, Belgium this past year. What has this professional basketball experience been like for you?
I think it's been awesome. Obviously, it's gotten me out of the box a little bit out of my comfort zone. Being in Fargo for 5 years, you can kind of tell that I like doing what I know. I like being with people that I enjoy being around. So bounced around from different team to different country is a little bit different, but it's getting me out of my comfort zone, and it's allowing me to see things that I never would have been able to see without basketball.
The European game, Rock, give us the analysis of that. How different is it from the American game, and how have you had to adjust to that?
Yeah, it's more of like a style of play. I would say there's different levels of physicality everywhere you go. Some countries decide and like want to pursue playing a little bit more physical, a little more grabby, and some other countries let you run around free. So it kind of depends, but it's just like the style of play on offense. It's a little sometimes it can be a little more choppy, a little more set oriented. But on defense, especially playing for Coach Richmond, it's pretty much the same. They're living and dying defense over there, and I was blessed to be able to have 5 years of experience before actually going over there.
I was going to ask you that. Is it run and gun, or does it depend on like literally the team you're playing in terms of flow of the game?
Yeah, it also depends a ton on your coach and
Yeah.
and the style of game he was brought up playing. So some coaches do just want to get the ball out there, take two passes and shoot a layup, but then other coaches will, you know, really almost force you to slow it down, run a set almost every play. So it's different. It's different everywhere.
How long do you think it took you to get acclimated? I'm sure you still are. Now you got a whole new league you're going to have to get to. But in terms of playing professional basketball, how long do you think it took for you to get used to the game?
Oh, I think it was probably like a third to halfway through my rookie season. Um, because you're so used to playing college basketball. You're so used to doing it this way, the Bison way. So yeah, it took me a little bit of time to feel comfortable doing it this way, to figure out doing it this way. But I think after about a third to half a year, it kind of just clicked and it made sense.
The fact that you've made this a career. I mean, I know we talked a couple years ago when you were about to head to Germany. Now you've established yourself. You got to be over the moon. Like, okay, I'm traveling the world. I'm still getting to play, and somebody's paying me to play basketball. This has got to be everything you hoped and then some.
It's, I keep thinking about it when I was a freshman in college or even younger, a freshman in high school. Just like, could I even see myself in this position 8 years later, 12 years later, something like that, and it's no, I just couldn't.
Yeah.
So it's all about like being able to look back and realizing like this is really cool, man. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful for all the God-given gifts and positions that I've been put in. Um, so I am trying to enjoy every single moment of it until it's done.
All right, so we were visiting off air, and I'm working on a story on this, and I'm glad you brought it up. So I'm looking back at the 2019 team, which will be remembered forever around here. There's the one that ended up winning the Summer League tournament, going and you play Duke in the NCAA tournament. Off of that team, you have six that are playing pro basketball. That's unbelievable. On a Summit League team at one time, you got six guys that are playing pro hoops right now, man. That's amazing.
That's crazy. I mean, the talent level on that team is insane, and they're still playing. That's the thing is that was 5 years ago, and guys are still playing.
So that's yourself, Tyson Ward, who's playing now at the NBA Summer League, Greasel, Tyree Eady, Vinny Shahid, and Dengu. That's unbelievable, man. That's, I mean, I thought you guys were really good the following year in 2020. I should have woke up like you guys were really good the year prior.
Right? Yeah, man. And it's cool because I still stay in contact with all those guys. So it's cool the kind of bond you create and you can hold on to for years.
Well, that 2019 team, as much as you can remember now, it's 5 years ago. But what do you take from that? That you guys got to Sioux Falls, South Dakota State. I remember lost as the #1 seed. What do you remember about that tournament exactly? Because things just opened up then for you guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, crazy experience. I remember playing Omaha
Yep.
in the finals, and there was a point in that game where I was sitting on the bench, and Cam Hunter was guarding the ball right in front of our bench, and he made the guy turn like 3 times right in a row. They passed it to another guy. Jared Samuelson's making him turn. We're just bouncing around, and I'm like, dude, are we winning this? Are we doing this right now? And then I remember we fouled with a couple seconds left, and I think we're up 8 or something like that. And I turn to the sideline up in the fans, and I make eye contact with my dad, and I'm just like, is this actually happening? And he's pulling the most dad thing. He's like, focus. What are you doing? Focus. um, so, I mean, it was such an up and down season, especially the beginning part of it. But I mean, we stuck to it. We figured it out, and it was an incredible, incredible moment.
And then a week later, you're trying to guard Zion Williamson, right?
Yeah, that was talk about a roller coaster, man. Ups and downs. Let me tell you, a little different.
Okay, have you had anybody as tough as that to guard in your years now in playing in Europe?
No, I don't think so. Not yet. We'll see where this basketball thing takes me, but there are a couple guys that I've had to guard one-on-one, and it was, let's just say, a challenge at the very least.
Well, and we're pretty soon you're going to add another former teammate to the pro ranks because Grant Nelson is going to get a shot sometime. I mean, give me your first early Grant story. Like, holy cow! Like when maybe you realize that, okay, this guy's a freak.
I mean, he wasn't even in college yet.
Mm.
He came to our NDSU elite camp, and he's like 6'10", 6'9" at the time, still definitely not done growing, and he's just out here doing things that like Wembanyama's doing and stuff like that. It's like, what's going on here? We're having elite camp going, and it's like some of these kids are just here to like play basketball, right? And then there's this one kid from Devil's Lake, North Dakota, doing some crazy stuff. So I think he got the nickname of Unicorn or Zingod or something like that weekend, and he was on our radar ever since.
So I remember the first practice you had for that your senior year, his sophomore year, and I'm like, I think Grant might be actually taller than Kreuser now. I'm like, holy cow! I mean that alone, like, all right, they got a freak here. I mean, and then obviously the rest is history after that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I grew an inch in college, but I wouldn't be surprised if he grew like 2. I mean, he was playing the 4. I was taller than him, and I swear it was overnight. Looked up during a weightlifting session. He was towering over me, man. But, yeah.
Hey, my last question for you. How much do you try and pay attention what's going on with the Bison? They got a couple other guys from Totino that are actually coming here in the next couple of years. How much can you try and stay plugged in while you're playing?
It's tough. I'm on the ESPN app and checking scores as much as I possibly can. But, I mean, with that time difference, it's hard to catch games. So, I mean, I'm following along scores as much as possible, talking to, coaches and Wilker and all my guys that I still have there that are still there. I mean, it's been a couple of years now, so a lot of them are gone.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm trying to follow along as much as I can. I love NDSU and want to support as much as I can.
So before we let you go, give us the schedule here. We were starting this off air. You got a little bit of time off, but then it begins basically, about a month or less than that when you got to go?
Yep. So I got back here about the second week of June. Then from now until August 5th, I'm just enjoying my off season as much of it as I can. Then head back over August 5th, start preseason, and I think our first game is September 15th.
Wow.
So
Holy cow. It's great to catch up, bud. Thanks so much for the time. Congratulations on the new deal. We can't wait to watch you play over there. Be well, and we'll talk again soon, all right?
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. Good to catch up with you.
There he goes. Rocky Kreuser, NDSU's all-time leader in games played, one of the all-time greats that played for North Dakota State, 5-year guy that got here in the fall of 2017. Again, let me read this off real quick because we give plenty of hype, and we should, for the football guys that are playing professionally. But that team in 2019, and Richmond watches the show, so if he wants to take this and use it for recruiting, he can. 6 guys playing professionally. Rocky Kreuser, Tyson Ward, Sam Griesel, Tyree Eady, Vinny Shaheed, and Dengu. All were on the roster in 2019 in Fargo that won the Summit League Championship, all playing professionally. Still, it's pretty cool. We're overdue for a break. We'll take one now. We come back. We got some things happening on the show. We'll tell you where we're heading for the next couple of days and why when Hot Mike returns on this Monday morning. We're back right after this.